When stars come out and skies turn deep, it's time for hearts to softly keep the love of God, both big and small, to share with others, one and all. Be kind to friends, both near and far. God sees your heart just where you are. A smile, a hurt, a hug, a gentle word can spread His love through all the world. Your God loves hearts that shine, not stun. Show tenderness, that's all, not stun. The quiet ones who help, not stun. Show tenderness, that shine, not there. When someone stumbles, who help with care.
The story of Jesus. In a land of rolling hills and ancient olive trees, lived a man named Jesus. He spoke with wisdom and kindness, and his words brought comfort to many. People from all walks of life, young and old, rich and poor, gathered to hear him speak. They were drawn by his gentle spirit and profound teachings. One sunny afternoon, Jesus sat on a hillside, surrounded by a crowd of eager listeners. Among them was a young boy named Samuel, his eyes wide with wonder. Samuel loved listening to Jesus. Every story, every parable, seemed to reveal a new truth about the world and about love. Jesus began to speak of a shepherd who had 100 sheep. Each sheep was precious to him, and he knew every single one by name. He explained that one day, one of the sheep wandered away from the flock, lost and alone in the vast wilderness. The shepherd, heartbroken, didn't just count the 99 remaining sheep and move on. No, he left them safely with another guardian and set out to find the lost one. He searched high and low, through thorny bushes and across rocky paths, his heart aching with worry for his missing sheep. Finally, after a long and arduous search, he found the sheep, caught in a tangle of brambles, frightened and hurt. Instead of scolding it, the shepherd gently lifted the sheep onto his shoulders, carrying it tenderly back to the flock. When he returned, there was great rejoicing among his friends and family. They celebrated the return of the one lost sheep more than the 99 that had never strayed. Jesus then looked at the crowd, his gaze settling on Samuel, who was listening intently. He explained, "This parable teaches us about God's immense love for each of us. Just like the shepherd, God cares deeply for every single person. If even one of us strays, God's heart aches, and He will go to great lengths to bring us back into His loving embrace. No matter how far you feel you've wandered, no matter what mistakes you've made, God's love is always there, searching for you." Samuel felt a warmth spread through his chest. He understood that he too was incredibly precious in God's eyes. Jesus continued, sharing another story, this time about a sower who went out to plant seeds. Some seeds fell on the path, and the birds ate them. Others fell on rocky ground, where they couldn't take deep root and soon withered. Still, other seeds fell among thorns, which grew up and choked the young plants, preventing them from bearing fruit. But some seeds fell on good soil, and they sprouted and grew, producing a plentiful harvest. Some 30, some 60, some even 100 times what was sown. The crowd murmured, pondering the meaning of this story. Samuel, too, was thinking hard, trying to understand. Jesus clarified, The sower is like someone sharing God's message. The seeds are the message itself. And the different types of soil represent different hearts and minds. The path represents a heart that hears but doesn't understand. The rocky ground is a heart that receives with joy, but doesn't let it take deep root, giving up when difficulties arise. The thorny ground is a heart where worries and worldly desires choke out the message, preventing it from growing. But the good soil represents a heart that hears God's message, understands it, and allows it to grow, bearing good fruit in their lives. Samuel realized that it wasn't enough just to hear Jesus' words. He needed to let them sink deep into his heart and change him. He wanted to be like the good soil, fertile, and ready to grow goodness and kindness in his own life. As the sun began to set, painting the sky with hues of orange and purple, Jesus concluded his teachings for the day. The crowd dispersed, their hearts filled with new understanding and a sense of peace. Samuel walked home, his steps lighter than before. He thought about the shepherd's unwavering love and the importance of having a receptive heart. From that day forward, Samuel tried to live by Jesus' words, always remembering that true wisdom comes from a loving heart and a life dedicated to goodness. He learned that every act of kindness, every moment of compassion, was like a seed planted in good soil, sure to grow into something beautiful.
A smile, a